But you saying about about along that line is when you say you look at this on your phone and then you put your phone down and reality kicks in. That's how I am when I go on holiday. Every time I go on holiday, by halfway through the week, suddenly all the things that mean so much to me, or not so much to me, but the pressures and all that, just totally fall by the wayside. And I'm in that holiday mentality where the only thing I've got to worry about is what flip-flops am I wearing today, what sunglasses, and you forget about it all. And then I have this conversation with a mate of mine, and I always message him on the last day of my holiday saying, I don't want to come back. It's really depressing to think that I've got to come back and go back to work and do all this, the day-to-day things. But then you come back, and within a few days, you're back into that lifestyle, and you've forgotten about that carefree mentality that you had while you're on holiday. It's strange. It's the environment that you're in, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I arrived back on the day of the Brexit vote back into the UK. Wow. So I came in on a ferry into Plymouth, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what this Brexit thing was.
You've been away the whole time that they've been
the
hyping
debate.
All
yeah,
that?
I've been away years. So I came into Plymouth, and I remember I stayed a night in Plymouth, and I remember thinking at the time everything felt a bit strange. I couldn't, because I went to a cafe and then I went to this campsite, and then I cycled up onto Dartmoor on my way back to North Devon. I stopped at a pub, and I went in this pub. At lunchtime, I only wanted a coffee. I wasn't drinking properly, because I was going to carry on cycling. And I got myself a cappuccino, and these people were talking and arguing, and I could sense something was different. It was very, very peculiar. And I asked the barman, I said, what are they arguing about? They're arguing over the other side of the bar. And he said, well, it's all Brexit, isn't it? I was like, what's that? And he looked at me like,
yeah.
Are you taking the piss? And I was like, no, generally. I said, I've just, yesterday I got off a ferry in Plymouth, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. And he started to tell me all about this Brexit thing, which, of course, to my annoyance, I now think, well, I missed a bloody vote. I didn't have a chance to vote, did I?
Oh, you didn't get a chance?
So, yeah, all that had kicked off, and I've become so detached. So it's, if I go away for a short trip, I do tend to check my phone quite a lot. But on longer trips, you get more and more detached, and you start to care less and less. You start to care more about the environments you're traveling in than you do whatever's going at home, because it just has no bearing on you. So if you're in the middle of a country in South America or wherever, you want to know what's going on there, because it's all around you. You want to be up to date. So that tends to be what you check up on the internet and things, But that's a good thing about being on a bike as well. Of course, you're limited by sheer circumstance about how much access you have to the internet anyway. So if you spend a couple of weeks just living in a tent before you get to anywhere with any kind of access to the internet, you've got at least a couple of weeks with nothing. And it does start to bring you down.
Oh, really?
What I mean? It's almost like coming off a drug. You do start to come off it. And then when you get access, you're quickly on, what's going on, any messages. And you're immediately, within a few minutes, you're not actually that bothered anymore, and you shut it down. Because you're not...
Yeah, in that mindset.
Exactly. You're not going with that. So, yeah, you get less and less interested in the internet. And the internet, it's such a Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's so good and bad. And I would never say it's, as far as I've known so far, it's evil or just, there's great things about the internet, but there's some rotten things about the internet as well, I follow the BBC on the internet, and they'll post something that's quite important, whether it's to do with Brexit, whether it's to do with what's going on in Syria and Turkey at the moment or whatever. And then I make the mistake of clicking on the comments, and I read what people are there. Just the way people talk on the internet. They would never talk to each other or strangers like that. People are just vile on the internet,
Yeah.
And they just say the outrageous things, winding each other up. You know what I mean? That somebody will say something they don't quite agree with politically or something, and they'll just lay into them. You'd never do that if you were face to face with somebody and you weren't quite sure about their views or whatever. So that side of the internet, I really hate, and it's really divisive. It's been so divisive with all this Brexit shit. The internet is really torn people apart. It's not Brexit that's torn people apart. It's throwing Brexit onto the internet that's torn people apart. If it just been through newspaper and television, people wouldn't be as wound up as they are at all, without question. People would be a lot more level-headed, a lot calmer, a lot more rational. But because they're reading a lot about it on the internet and they're interacting on the internet, they're winding each other up something like crazy, and that's why people have gone mental over it, and it's just like... Oh.
Everyone's got an opinion as well. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's an expert on everything these days. And the internet gives everyone a platform for it. Social media, like you say, the comment section on anything.
But people aren't rational with it. People aren't
They're vicious.
Nice.
No, yeah.
They're just vile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just depressing. It's awful. It does make you want to run away and just live on an island.
Yeah.
Not the UK island.